It was a day of infamy, a day where one of the most notorious crimes in Fort Worth's history occurred. A day that will forever be known as Last Tuesday. It was after a showing of Casa Clueless that a few guests continued to mull around the theater. Suddenly, the lights went dark, and the sounds of struggling and a loud yell were heard. The lights came back on, and the guests were astonished to see a dead body on stage. Everyone looked around and realized the murderer must be someone still there. But who?
When I was a young, aspiring actress, Mr. Wally gave me my first shot at stardom on the stage as the second understudy to the third chorus girl in a chorus line. I owe him everything, so there is no way I could have killed him. In fact, when the lights went out, I was so scared, I grabbed this candlestick with one hand and the good old Colonel's arm with the other so that I would feel safe. He'll tell you. But I'll also tell you who I think did it. It was that old hag, Miss Peacock. She's always wanted to take control over Casa Manana and finally saw her big chance. And that's all I'm going to say.
Of course I knew Mr. Wally. Him and I were business partners together in Raleigh, North Carolina. But it couldn't have been me. After all, the past 3 years, I've been a Mormon. I couldn't raise my hand to hurt a person, let alone a fly. In fact, I carry this rope around with me to remind me, hang in there. Someday you'll convert somebody. Someday. Anyhow, I'll tell you who it was. That Colonel Mustard. He's not all he seems to be. He's not so much as a colonel as Colonel Sanders. He hasn't been in the army, let alone fried a chicken. Yeah, Colonel Sanders. That's who it was.
Oh, the lovely Mr. Wally. He helped me during a very trying time after I lost my dear, dear seventh husband, Jasper. He died after being hit by a freak falling chandelier. Oh, but it couldn't have been me. I can't see a thing without my glasses. Why, I even carry this lead pipe as a walking stick, just so I don't fall into a hole. Oh, what about these glasses? Well, these are just reading glasses, my dear. Who you should be looking at is Professor Plum. He and Mr. Wally never got along. Why, he even teaches a class that goes against the very heart and soul of Mr. Wally. Theatre 101. Mamma Mia, the study of a musical jewel. What? Mr. Wally? Of course I know him. He served under me during the great theatre wars of the 1990s. I remember during a surprise attack from the Redcoats, led by none other than Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber. We took heavy casualties that day. I myself was hit by a flying playbill, knocked into the orchestra pit and onto a set of drums. Mr. Wally pulled me clear and saved my life. Why, to this day, I carry this revolver around as a memento of that very occasion. Oh, but my nagging war injuries have me moving at a snail's pace these days. I couldn't possibly have gotten to Mr. Wally in such short order. But my keen military training tells me it must have been Mrs. White. Why, I once saw her... No, it's too hard to say. But I must. I once saw her go to a play in Dallas.
Mr. Wally called me earlier today to come help fix some leaking pipes in the dome, and I came prepared with two tools, my oversized brain and my wrench. But as a lifetime Mensa member, I could never resort to violence to show my superiority over someone. I would rather instead look down upon you with as much disdain as possible for your every minor mistake. What's that? Do I know who killed Mr. Wally? No, I do not. Wait a minute, yes I do. It was Miss Scarlet. She is the only one who had a reason to kill him. Allegedly, he turned her into a newt. What's that? Well, of course she doesn't look like a newt anymore, you fool. She got better. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to eating my spam. Good day.
I have been in the theater for over 80 years, and I see Mr. Wally as my protege. He was like the son I always wanted, but never had. My real children decided on a less noble life of selling jarred salsas. In fact, I had this knife engraved with his initials that I planned on giving him tonight as a gift. But I know who really did it. It was Mr. Green. He has always blamed Mr. Wally for not reading a script he spent his life on called Hamilton, which someone else ended up writing and getting all the credit for.
So, the stage has been set. Who murdered Mr. Wally? You tell us. Email your answer, name, and cell phone number to the email shown on the screen, and you'll be entered into a drawing for 2 Casa Manana Cabaret tickets to an upcoming show. Also, please visit the link on screen to make a donation in honor of the Clueless team to support keeping Casa Manana afloat. The killer will be revealed on Wednesday, February 24th, so stop back to see it. Good luck, and be wary of Last Tuesday.